Well, it's a pleasure to welcome to Radio Enfield Gerry Marsden. We've just been watching you perform here
Jay.
at the Intimate Theatre. Can you tell us when did you first get interested in music?
When I was born, really, because when I cried, with my mother.
Right.
So I was crying in tune. I've sang all my life, really. I was in the church choir and school choir, everything. I loved music.
Right. When did you actually first form a group?
When I was about 11, skiffle band called Gerry Marsden Skiffle Group.
Right. And I gather that later than that, the name changed to Gerry and the Mars Bars. Is that right?
Yes, I did actually, yeah.
Who actually struck on that idea?
Well, the thing was, we took Mars from Marsden and the Bars from music. And my father wrote to Mars Bars to say, could we use the name? And they said no. So when we eventually changed it to Pacemakers and made a record, got #1, my father wrote back and said, the band do with the Mars Bars that you wouldn't let use the name, it's now Gerry and the Pacemakers. And they wrote back and said, well, you can use the name. My father said, piss off.
Don't know if you can say that on the radio, but still, you've said it.
Patience doesn't matter. What you use in a hospital, a bedpan off.
That's right. Right. How many silver discs and gold discs did you actually get at that time?
God, on a very conservative estimate, I would say about one.
Right, approximately.
2. I don't know really, I never counted.
Quite a lot.
All the band took them and we gave them to people and sent them to kids' homes and things like that.
Right. You wrote a lot of songs as well yourself, although the original songs were Mitch Murray compositions.
That's
you
right.
then went on to write some of them for Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying, for example, yourself. Who actually had the idea of that? Because I believe that was a joint effort.
No, the joint effort was in the middle eight. I couldn't work out the second line for the middle eight, and the band said, why don't you do this? So I put the second line off the band. It was basically, that was my idea. Because I woke up in Germany, in Hamburg, and the sun was shining through the flat in the apartment, and it was very rough and heavy. I thought the sun looks beautiful. So the flat, I thought, isn't really as bad as it should be, so why should I cry about the flat when the sun is shining through the window? And if this was television, I could hold the movement. And I just decided, Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying would be a nice title.
And luckily it was another hit record.
Luckily, yes.
You've got a new LP out, which you mentioned this evening, and there's all your old hits on there, and quite a lot of other...
Well, not all of the hits, actually, only about 7 of them. And what we did, we took other records that were #1s over 20 years and did them all the way we would like to do them. And yes, it came out 2 weeks ago.
How did you actually choose the other tracks on there? There's quite a variety, isn't there?
Well, I didn't. David Martin, who was my record producer, did them and decided what to do. I went down and sung them, basically.
Was it sort of easy to try and recreate the sound of the 60s on the new versions of your old
We didn't try to create the sound or recreate the sound. We just did what we do on stage, basically, and it seemed to sound the same as it did then.
It was 20 years ago now since Gerry and the Pacemakers first hit the charts. Looking back on that, is it sort of a time you remember fondly, or are you glad that times have moved on?
No, I think it's with great funness and great happiness. We had a great time, and it's nice that we still are having a good time, really. We tend to enjoy life, and that's the main thing. And to all your patients, get out as soon as you can and get back into enjoying life. That's all we do. And I hope we can bring them a little bit of love and fun.
Do you still see all your old mates like Billy J. Kramer and Cilla Black and so on?
No.
Fair enough.
No, I do. I see Billy and Cilla. Cilla came to my house about 18 months ago. She owed me £5. Came to pay it back.
With interest?
No, my husband was with her, so I couldn't know much about it.
Right. Well, finally, Gerry, thanks very much for talking to us on Radio Enfield. Can you choose a track from the new LP we can just finish with?
Yes, A Whiter Shade of Pale, please, for the patients. And God bless you all, take care, and I'm not joking, get out as soon as you can. Good night, God bless, thank you. Thank you for coming down.